She has won the right to rest peacefully in Texas waters.
Howdy and hello, I'm Travis Davis, Vice President of Ship Operations and COO, Battleship Texas Foundation. I'm here to you with another update and tell you what's been going on the ship. It's been a little bit since our last update, which was right before Thanksgiving. Please forgive us for not putting one out last week. It was really rainy. There wasn't a lot of work that happened on the ship. But so far this week, we have been turning and burning. So a lot of work has been happening on the deck and on, well, the deck and the deck and the deck. So without further ado, we'll get to it. So before we get into the wood deck work, I really want to show you guys what just got finished today, which is main deck. We finished the last of the blasting on main deck and of the heavy blasting. We have to do back a little bit of touch up around turret 3 with the blasting, which will happen early or late this week, early next week. And then we have to blast the watersheds of turret 5. But otherwise, we are completely 100% done with blasting. So that we should be, and we'll start winding down our exterior paint activities outside of touch-up, which we're really not going to do until we move closer to reopening, because we want the ship to be as pretty as possible at reopening. So we're sitting on some of our budget to make sure that we can give the ship a good top-to-bottom touch-up, even out all the paint, and make her as pretty as possible. So back to the deck here. We have managed to see, or managed to find, we're lucky enough to find rather, that the underlying steel deck overall is still in really good condition. We're finding a few holes here and there. Largely what the holing that we have found has been where the original bolts have just fallen out, where they weren't welded up in '89, or they just fell out from when they were blasted. So we'll take care of those, and otherwise this thing, it will be good to go. You see this area has been blasted, painted, and then you can see how dirty it looks way back that way. We'll go back that way in just a little bit and see how that looks, and all the steel work that's going on right now. So to the wood deck, we have a lot of activity going on. We had here in Houston, Galveston, we had a lot of rough weather last week, so that really slowed us down on the amount of work that we had going on. That's part of the reason why I didn't, like I said, didn't give you guys an update last week, just because there just wasn't much going on. But as you can see, we have more wood coming down. A lot of these boards had been fitted, so now the studs are going in and they're being drilled. So like this board's fitted, all these guys are down. So the next step, once that's done, is where we've welded the studs down. They'll be primed with 2 coats of primer, and then we'll start bedding the boards down and getting ready to finish bedding the deck up. As of right now, I would estimate between having what we currently have bolted to the deck right now, or at least fitted to the deck with their studs and everything, and the boards that are just fitted, I would say we probably have about 70 to 80% of the wood kind of down. I'll say down. So once they get down, the next step is bedding them down with the dolphinite, and all of the boards through here have already been bedded down. So we have, I would say at this point, we probably have 25% of this side of the O1, the superstructure deck, as it's called in the original drawings, bedded down, including all these short boards going back this way. And real quick, a quick tangent, I wanted to show you guys. So the boards, we have them sent from the mill with a taper on them right here, so that we can put oakum and cotton in between and then caulk the boards. So the boards are actually trapezoidal in profile, and that's intentionally so that we can caulk it and have much more packing material within the board seam, so it's less of a failure risk if the top cap, which is the first line of defense, fails, which is a synthetic caulk. Now in World War II and earlier, that would have been marine glue or pitch, basically. We opted not to go with that because, well, that is just way too messy. So we'll take a quick jaunt over to the port side the guys there are laying out the, so we have basically 2 crews. Look at this, all more deck just fitted out. And as we continue to march over to the center line of the ship. So we will have the 01, like I said, we're anticipating having the 01, all the wood laid on the 01 by the end of January, and it largely bedded down and then just be caulking at that point, and sanding and painting. So as you can see, we have a lot of margin pieces are coming down. The board lines are getting laid so they can start marking out where the planks are going to go. That's what that red line is right there. And the continued fitting of margin pieces around this side of the 01 so that we can, just keep marching along. You can see. So here we are on main deck under turret 3, and we're looking at where we've had to do a lot of steel repair. So you can see a big insert here that we had to repair. There was a doubler here. The doubler was a repair over a bad piece of steel, but it leaked. It had holes in it itself from corrosion, and then it allowed water in between the it and the plate below. So pretty bad stuff. So we pulled it out and repaired it, did an insert, which is what these flush repairs are called. So you can see everywhere you see shiny steel, that's welds today. And then you can see here where there's an insert that's already been put in and fitted up. See where it's been cut. And then every one of these seams along here where you see a white mark is where we'll be doing a weld repair. A lot of these angle iron right here, because it makes an L-shaped angle. Where they've been riveted to the deck, they're kind of separating a little bit. So we've been getting water intrusion through under the deck through there over the years. So we're just taking the opportunity and we're just going to go ahead and run a weld bead around everything and tighten it all up and make sure that we have no leaks. And it's rusty right now because of this area. We did a sweep blast on it because we knew it was bad. We wanted to get it exposed and see just how bad it was before we really got into heavy repairs or really heavy painting and have to take a lot of paint off to get at it. So it just adds to the taking paint off, just makes it messier. I know the grit makes it messy, but and a little bit more hazardous for the workers because you start burning paint, just not good. Again, you can see these weld seams are these jogged plate seams. So this is called a jogged plate seam. As this plate here fits in between 2 plates, it's lapped, so the plate edge is formed in a kind of a bent upwards, so that the body of the plate here at the middle of the plate is the same level as this plate. And then the ends are just rolled up above, are flanged up, so they roll over the top, and then they were riveted in place. So we're just going to go through and we've welded these down because they were starting to peel up. So again, the point of all of this welding that we're doing right now is just to make the ship watertight. We want to make the ship watertight. We've stopped water intrusion coming in through the hull, and now it's time to make sure the roof is good and stop water coming in from above, rainwater coming in. So we do that. We keep the hull dry, the inner bottom dry. The ship will last a very, very, very long time. Well, that is it for this update. Thank you for sticking through this video and bearing with me as I tell you what we've been doing over the past couple of weeks here on Battleship Texas. As always, thank you for watching and thank you for liking, subscribing on the various social media platforms. And we want to thank everyone who has contributed to us financially who has bought stuff on our website. Yes, you can go buy stuff on our website at battleshiptexas.org. It's a great way to support us and get some Battleship Texas merchandise for yourself or your loved one. And if you want to, in January 1st, if you're so inclined, you can come help us restore this big, blue, beautiful battleship. That way, you are a part of history and making history and preserving history as we get ready to get this historic warship open to the public at Pier 15, her new home in Galveston. So check back on our website on January 1. We'll have the new application up. Set your orientation date, and let's get you on board here and come be part of history. And as always, come on, Texas.